Greetings and welcome to another installment from the Patchwork Productionz Learn to Crochet for Beginners series. In this video, you will learn how to make a hexagon in the round. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Stitch, and Patchwork Productionz is all about learning and doing crochet. So make sure you subscribe so you never miss another installment. Without further ado, let's get started. So for this video, we are going to be learning how to make a hexagon in the round. We have made some shapes, or I should say some shape tutorials in the past for making various different shapes in crochet using different patterns of increasing and decreasing to get certain shapes. But we haven't really done many of the other ones as far as, moving away from squares or showing little samples. So this video will be showing you how to make the hexagon. It's a shape motif, whichever one you want to call it. And it's done pretty much the same idea behind how you make the granny square. Remember that with the granny square we start with a chain ring, and in that chain ring you add a series of double crochets, generally 3, and then 2 chains to make the corners, and you do that 4 times, and then you build up on that. The hexagon though is not going to have the holes that the granny square has, because we haven't actually made a solid square. So this is going to be solid, it's not going to have those holes, and so there will be a few differences. So to start this hexagon, we're going to do a chain ring of 5 chains, join to the first chain with a slip stitch, and then into this chain ring we're going to, well, first let's chain 3, and this chain 3 we will consider as a double crochet. And then we're going to work 2 more double crochets into the center of the ring, and then we're going to chain 2. So here we're seeing this same pattern that we do with the granny square. Now you're going to do this 6 times, or I should say 5 more times. This is the 1, and then 5 more times, so we get 6 sides to our hexagon like we're supposed to have. So I'll go ahead and do that. So we finished this here. Just the last step would be to join to the top of the chain 3 that we made in the beginning with a slip stitch. So you can get into the top of that chain right there, and with a slip stitch to join it all together. And so as you can see, it already looks like a little mini hexagon here. But of course we have to grow the size of this. Now you can continue this pattern in 2 different ways. You can do it like a granny square, in which case you would fasten off right here, find a corner, stick your hook in, and proceed. Or we can cheat and try to do some other method to get to a corner without needing to cut your yarn. I am going to go with the cut yarn method. I'm not going to cheat today. So this is the end of round 1. And so we're going to find a corner to work into so that we can begin again. We always have to start in a corner. With the granny square, we're starting in a corner or a space, but we have no spaces with this, so we have to start in a corner. Now we have this here. We're going to begin with a chain of 3. Again, this chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet, and we are going to work into the stitches, the double crochets that we made, we're going to work into all of them, and that kind of includes the one that we did that slip stitch into, the top of that chain 3 from the previous round. You're going to want to work into that as well, just like I've done here. I worked right into the top, that's the chain 3, and then I worked into it. And we're going to work into the other ones. So you have 2 and 3. Now into the chain 2, we're going to work a double crochet. We're going to chain 2, and then we're going to work another double crochet. And this is how we're going to work these corners, because remember, we have to increase the length each time we go around, and so we have to add a stitch into the corner and then do the chain 2 to make a new corner. So I'm going to go around this whole thing doing that very pattern, and when I get to the end, I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to in the final corner here, I'm going to double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 2, and then join to the top of that chain I made with a slip stitch, because this counts as that double crochet that's supposed to be in here. So I shall go ahead and do that. So this is the end of round 2, and as you can see, it still looks like a hexagon. We followed that same pattern, and you may notice we still have some holes going throughout this, and those are always going to be in the corner spaces. But as far as the rest of it, it's generally just solid. So yeah, this is how you can make a hexagon in the round, and if you follow this same pattern of doing a double crochet in all the double crochet stitches, and then the chain 2 space, you're going to do a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet. You go all the way around like that. You can grow this to whatever size you need, and it's relatively easy to do. It's a little different from the granny square because it doesn't have those holes, but it's more reasonable to say the granny square is the different one. Perhaps I might end up doing a tutorial on how to do a solid square, so it'll look something more like this. We'll see if I do that. If you want that, let me know in the comments. But for now, that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to learn more about crochet, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also share this video with your friends and family or on social media. And feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any questions or suggestions or any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, catch you later.